Okay, here we are, folks. It's a little tricky to get this in-car broadcasting studio set up, but there is a method to my madness here, trust me, and this is not a simple matter of somebody being outside their local Starbucks to get a signal. I have assembled, I keep trying to come up with a cool name for it. I'm going to call it the Blab, the Bonded Link Aggregating Broadcasting Network. But welcome to it, everyone. This is a very sophisticated broadcast happening inside my car. I'm here in a shopping mall in New Jersey, and I'm covering a topic that I think a lot of people have been very curious about. People definitely saw that there was a guy operating what's called an easy rig at the Butler PA Donald Trump assassination attempt. And let's just review this real quick. This guy's name is Art Vizthum. Very unusual name. And, you know, I think people saw, we had a lot of reporting on Art Vizthum. You know, John and I were really covering the Butler PA assassination top to bottom from the day it started. So people were asking, who is Art Vizthum? Where is he? He was hanging around. He's this guy. He's operating this, the easy rig. Now, the easy rig is in my opinion, it's a piece of crap. It's a backpack with sort of an overhang that you hang the camera from this thing. I mean, the reason why I think this is a piece of crap is that, to me, a much better solution is to just get a lighter camera and a gimbal like I use, or for professional productions, to have a Steadicam operator. But, you know, Art, hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Art, he likes the easy rig. He works for ABC News. So people say, yeah, he's not missing. I can confirm he's not missing. These are some older posts, you know, and I think probably what happened was he was laying low for a while. That's definitely true. I've called the guy a lot of times, and I wasn't able to get through to him at all. Called his house, called his, people were giving his office phone. He just never said anything. I mean, there's minimal video of this guy. He's definitely walking around. He's got press access. Now, and that presumes that this is him. I'm not sure how people identified that that is him. I think it is. I mean, I never heard of Art Vizthum before this incident occurred. He's definitely an ABC News cameraman. There's some other weird things about him. He's got this thing called Transformation Pictures with somebody named Nicole Knight. Now, I couldn't get her on the phone either, and I just haven't been able to contact this person at all, and there's very little that's known about Transformation Pictures. Nicole Knight is a fairly common name, and I just haven't been able to contact that person at all. Anyway, I'm looking around for stuff real time right now. That's not what I want to do. I want to share with everybody. Well, but first, before we do that, I started looking for this guy kind of a long time ago. I contacted ABC News. Let's just give a listen to this. Where's the sound? Oh, man, why has it got to be that way? Oh, here we go. Sorry. What did people think of that? Why did she just hang up on me right away? Just to clarify, if you're not from New York, Eyewitness News is the local ABC affiliate for New York. That's the show name, the brand name for the news show. And ABC News is the news division of the American Broadcasting Corporation. So the first person I spoke to was somebody for Eyewitness News who said, "Oh, is this ABC News?" Because what did people think of that? Why did she just... Sorry. ABC News. Anyway, she was connecting me to the network, and the second I said, "It's Jason Goodman," she hung up. Isn't that weird? Why would she do that? Do they know who Jason Goodman is? That was months ago. That was like September that I called. I've been searching for this guy for quite a while, but so I called back right away, right after that. This person really doesn't want to talk to me, right? Now, I mean, that's like a tip line for the news. They don't listen to you for 5 seconds to see what it is that you're about to tell them. Space aliens just landed. I've solved the JFK assassination, whatever it might be. They just say, "Jason Goodman, hang up the phone." So I called back immediately again. Oh, wait a minute. People are saying no sound. What the hell is going on that there's no sound? That's amazingly annoying. Oh my God, folks. How is there no sound on that? Oh boy, I'm hearing the sound here. See, this is flying without a net.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I've called a couple times and... Okay, now I think we have sound, right?
I don't know what you need, but keep trying.
We do. Oh man, that's ridiculous. Okay, let's go back. Let me play the first call. Boy, this video just got ruined, didn't it? Here we go. Yeah, hi.
Hello,
Hi.
7.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to speak to you about a story pertaining to one of your own employees, and he's been missing since the Trump assassination. Are you familiar with Art Vizthum?
Okay, hold on 1 second, sir.
Yeah.
Is this someone related to ABC News? Because
Yeah.
we're Eyewitness News.
Oh,
Okay, so let
ABC.
me transfer you
Yeah.
over to the network.
Okay, thanks.
This is Mariama.
Hi, Mariama. My name is Jason Goodman, and I just called the tip desk. So there we go. Now people got to hear what's going on. That's so crazy. There's so many settings on this sound mixer. I apologize for no sound on the first clip, but you can see that I called there and I said, "This is Jason Goodman," and the woman hung up. So that's the ABC News, the network. Let's listen to the second call. I called back right away.
You, Seth.
Hi, you just connected me over to ABC News where Mary Elma answered the phone and then she just hung up.
Okay, I can try to transfer you again, sir. We have no connection to them, so
Yeah.
there's really not much more I can do than try to transfer you again.
No problem. Thanks.
Assignment desk.
Yeah, hi. I was just on the phone with... So she could tell it was me, obviously, and she hung up again. That was nuts. So I called back a third time. I didn't have the number for the network, so I'm just calling Eyewitness News.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I've called a couple times, and
Sir, I don't know what you need, but they keep transferring you, right?
but they just hang up. They just say assignment desk, and they hang up.
Well, sir, it's not mine. I can't do anything about that, sir.
Okay, but then this is a bigger story. What is up with that? Isn't that crazy? They're just hanging up. So this was months ago. That was months ago. I've called Art a bunch of times, and he just never answers the phone. ABC News doesn't want to talk about it. It's very weird, isn't it? So the reason I'm in the car is that today I went on a little field trip. That's right. I went to our buddy's apartment. I stuck the phone in my pocket, so we're just going to hear audio on this. Art? Art?
Yeah?
It's Jason Goodman. How are you, man? I'm sorry to bother you at home. I've been trying to call you forever. Can I talk to you for a minute?
I'm sorry, what's this in reference to?
July 13th.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You sure?
Yes,
Butler PA, you were there. You were operating an easy rig.
that's a scam.
What are you talking about? I saw a picture of you there. Can I talk to you?
No, get out of here or I'll call the cops.
Okay. You sure you weren't there? He doesn't want to talk about it. What do people think about that? Now, you might be thinking, hey, wait a minute, how the hell did you get to the guy's house? What's up with that? And so here's the thing. I'm not going to dox the guy, but he did a very weird thing. He's got a company registered to that address, and it's an apartment building, right? So normally an apartment building itself has a street address, and then your full address is the apartment street address, and then apartment number, whatever. But Art didn't do that. He used his apartment number as the street number to register his business. It was very difficult to find the apartment and figure this out. But we've just confirmed that that was in fact him. Now, what do people think? I'm glad I checked the comments here. Art will call the cops and say hello. Well, the funny thing is the cops, I don't want to say too much about where he lives. I'm not trying to dox the guy, but it's literally 1 block away, the cops. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, but yeah. So, I mean, I just basically went to the building, and the plan was to buzz the buzzer. There was no way to do that. And I call him, he doesn't answer the phone. So one of his neighbors came out, and I said, hey, do you know Art? And they were like, huh? And I showed him a picture of Art, and he was like, oh, yeah. And I told him the apartment number, and he said, yeah. And the guy let me in. So, I mean, you shouldn't do that, really. This is New Jersey. It's close enough to New York that you shouldn't do that. But this guy did. So the thing is, in my view, let's listen to the phone call again, because I want people to listen to it. We'll listen to it, and we'll pause it and stuff. Art? Art?
Yeah?
So he says, yeah. He confirms that's Art. He doesn't say who. It's Jason Goodman. How are you, man? I'm sorry to bother you at home. I've been trying to call you forever. Can I talk to you for a minute?
I'm sorry, what's this in reference to?
July 13th.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wasn't that a pregnant pause right there? I have no idea what you're talking. Wouldn't you say something like, what about July 13th? Because if you didn't know what I was talking about, July 13th wouldn't stick in your brain. July 13th. What about July 13th? The Butler assassination? Oh, yeah. What about that? Isn't there a way that people act when they truly have no idea what you're talking about?
About.
You sure?
Yeah.
But He's confident that he has no idea what I'm short about. He doesn't delay again. He answers right, yes, I have no idea.
PA, you were there. You were operating an easy rig.
That's a scam.
What are you talking about? I saw a picture of you there. Can I talk to you?
No.
He obviously knows what I'm talking about. I said you were operating an easy rig, and he says that's a scam. What are you talking about? How is that a scam? What the hell kind of scam are you talking about? You know, a scam that I've heard of is somebody sends you an email and says, oh, help, I'm a friend of yours, send me money. You get tricked into sending the money. That's a scam. Maybe it's a fabrication to say that he was operating an easy rig at the Butler PA assassination attempt, but he just seems to not have really very good answers at the ready. And I don't know. We don't really know too much about our buddy here, Art Vizthum, and what his connection to the Butler PA assassination might have been. He's definitely hot on Ukraine. I just wonder, isn't it worth questioning this guy? Obviously, I'm not the cops. I don't know what this other stuff is, but people have been interested in Art Vizthum, and I wanted to give everybody a little video here to let you know that Art is alive. He wasn't shot. It does sound like he doesn't want to talk about this, because it doesn't make sense to me that if you were there and this happened and you had nothing to do with it, why didn't ABC News interview our own Art Vizthum, who was just inches away as bullets flew over his head? Isn't that the way that would normally go if the news company has their cameraman there and something crazy happens and they become sort of a witness to the thing? People are saying Art sounds guilty. I agree. Look, it's my opinion. We have no, proof that this guy did anything, but he's certainly acting very suspiciously. Bastille Day Eve, July 13th. Is Vizthum, is he French? I tell you, it's interesting because there's a couple of things that I do to try to find information about people, and one of the best ways to do it, particularly now that everybody is interested in all these nonprofits, is that you can search. People were saying this all over Twitter, but I've been doing this forever. You can search in ProPublica. Vizthum is kind of a pretty unique last name, I think, and we see there's some kind of scholarship fund. Art has worked as a teacher in media and stuff like that. I don't know if he's involved with this. Denise Vizthum. I've never heard the name Vizthum before. We can search all the text. We can search for people. Art himself does not show up here, but I don't know. Is the Vizthum family some long-standing New Jersey honorable thing or group of deep state what's-its? I don't know. See, the thing is, ABC News, I find definitely to be deep state. They've been trying to get Trump. Do they go this far? Do they involve people? Maybe Art was just there because he knew he was going to get killed or was expected to get killed, and he was supposed to be front row to get good coverage. Does ABC News send remote units to every Trump rally? That's worth investigating. See, I don't think Art had any kind of weapon inside that easy rig. I don't think he would do that. First of all, why would you need to do that if you have snipers on the roof? I think he's a cameraman who was there in position to get the shot. But maybe people say, oh, CNN was there. What was CNN doing there? What was ABC doing there with a remote guy? He's kind of a specialist. He's not into knock-knock jokes, no. Granted, it's a little weird to just come and knock on somebody's. I'm glad I checked the comments here, but granted, particularly 2025, modern day, it's a little bit unusual to have somebody just come knock on your door, but it was valuable. I think we got to see his reaction there. He definitely seems guilty. I don't know what to do with this. If there ever is any kind of serious investigation into the Butler PA assassination, people could ask Art some questions. Who gave you the assignment? Was this the first time you've been to a Trump rally? Why did you go that day? And by the way, if they did specifically assign Art to go to that rally and ABC doesn't normally cover Trump rallies, why did they do that? Did they know? Maybe Art's totally innocent. I mean, he knows now that something crazy happened. Maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it. But why did ABC News act like that? Hanging up on me, not even want to talk about it? It's almost like they knew who I was, and the second I started calling, they were just hanging up. Anyway, I wanted to do this right away from this location. I did not know if cell phone reception would be adequate, so I got the bonded link aggregating broadcasting array fired up, ready to go. We're here, full bit rate, looks great. The next thing to test with this is call in guests. It's a good question from Angie W. How do we know Art is the gimbal man? Well, first of all, the Easy Rig doesn't use a gimbal. That's part of the reason I hate it. It just changes the center of gravity and puts it below your waist, and you're still getting a handheld look. So for people who don't want the super smoothed out look of a stabilizer, they use something like that. It's a good question, Angie, and that would have been the smartest thing for Art to say is, you know what, people have been bothering me about this since then. It's not me. It's some guy who looks like me. It wasn't even ABC News. Go call ABC News and ask them. But he didn't say that. And ABC News didn't say that. Could it be? Look, it could be. ABC News got 1 million phone calls, and by the time that I called, but did I say anything about Art Vizthum the first time the woman hung up, or did I just say, this is Jason Goodman? I'm pretty sure I just said it's Jason Goodman.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, wait, that's the last one.
Yeah, hi.
Hello,
Hi.
7.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to speak to you about a story pertaining to one of your own employees, and he's been missing since the Trump assassination. Are you familiar with Art Vizthum?
Okay, hold on 1 second, sir.
Yeah.
Is this someone related to ABC News? Because
Yeah.
we're Eyewitness News.
Oh.
Okay, so let
ABC.
me transfer you
Yeah.
over to the network.
Okay, thanks.